Looney Landers is the newest game from one of my all-time favorite developers, releasing games on the VCS. Pixel game SARL-S is a one-person studio based in Luxembourg that released the incredible arcade throwback Donut Dodo, the genius-level Sonic-like score chaser Cash Cow DX, my favorite VCS platformer Siggy, A Fart for Melusina, and even the tricky puzzle platformer Sir Love-A-Lot. This new game feels different in scope from these others, but its core retains the top-tier score-chasing, accessible but difficult gameplay, and incredibly smart design that makes Sebastian Kaska's games among my favorite. Looney Landers is a throwback to classic skydiving games, particularly the 1970s arcade and Atari 2600 game Skydiver. Each game takes place across a series of stages, every game the same, and you're tasked with carefully landing and navigating enemies and other obstacles, while a second, real player or computer-controlled opponent tries to do it before you. The game is fast, chaotic, and a freewheeling bounce fest at times. However, you do have a lot of control, including a parachute and a bounce button, and you can steer while using your parachute. The game's all about the final high score, and Pixel Games has included the ability to quickly restart, which you'll do often once you begin chasing the leaderboards. Each point gained before you fall or die increases your score multiplier, and grabbing a special star in each stage allows you to carry that multiplier into the next level. Otherwise, the multiplier resets. The star also preserves your multiplier on a failed jump, but that means entering the next stage with a multiplier reset. Just like other Pixel games, Looney Landers is two games in one. A more casual arcade throwback where you can relax and have fun, or a tricky high-skill score chaser. There's an easy and hard difficulty, each with its own local and global leaderboards. Hard increases the speed and number of enemies and is super hard. The final stage is also a big deal in that it can get you 10,000 points plus your endgame multiplier. That's required to get into the top 10 globally. Looney Landers does get somewhat repetitive since your key to success is finding a repeatable route and executing it perfectly every time. That said, it's addictive, and the ability to restart means you can quickly bail out of a not-best game. Since its original release on the VCS and Steam, Pixel Games has released several new and fun levels. However, they simply add to each game, so it is still the same game every time. In some ways I'd like further variety, but it would impact the leaderboard side of the game in a negative way, so it makes sense to be an everything, every time experience. Pixel Games has talked on Steam about plans to further expand the game, including the addition of said random game mode and an endless mode. The classic joystick is supported without twist, and is an excellent option because it offers good control over nudging left and right. A modern controller also works well and is what I mostly used. Looney Landers also excitingly offers support for the CX stick. The 2600 stick re-release is part of Atari's recent 400 Mini with additional functionality and USB compatibility. Sadly, I was only able to get the CX stick working through the Steam version of Looney Landers, and the stick continues to be not supported as far as I can tell in Atari OS, nor within the VCS version of the game. If I don't like Looney Landers as much as Cash Cow, Donut Dodo, or Siggy, it's not because it's bad, it's just that the gameplay is smaller in scope, meant to be a shared experience with a second person based on what was ultimately a pretty rudimentary 1970s arcade game, now mixed with almost pachinko or pinball-like stages. As a skydiving game, it's probably the best I've played. Thanks for watching. I'm not making many videos these days on this channel, but sometimes a game makes me want to do it, like Looney Landers. I'm also working on a Breakout Beyond video for the future. We'll see how much gets posted here, but thanks for watching and have fun.